Okay, family, today I'm going to make some lima beans with smoked neck bones. And with me making this, I'm going to use Lawry seasoning salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. And for our crock pot, we're going to fill it a little over half so that it will cook the stuff down. We're going to have to pick our beans, and I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So guys, you got to take your meat and you rinse them down. I'm doing it by hand because I'm cooking mine at home. But you take them. My hands are very clean. I wash my hands all day. That's why they all beat up and ate up. But you take the meat, you rinse it off, you clean every little bit of it with some warm water, and then you put it to the side as you go. I'll be back. Hey guys, you take the meat and you just rinse every little part of it. See little thin particles falling off of it? So that's why you rinse the meat. You take the meat, you rinse every meat you have anyway before you cook it. That's just common sense, but you know, you just take it and you make sure you get down in there and rub on every little piece. My hands are very clean. I wash my hands before I cook, but I'm just cooking for us. I usually, when I cook for a crowd, I wash my hands and I put on gloves. But you just go through. These are neck bones. You're going to rinse the neck bones down. And when you rinse the neck bones down, then you go ahead and put them over in your boiled water, your water that you're boiling. Okay. See that? So guys, I always pick my beans. I look through my beans to make sure it's not rocks, or if they, make sure that they're not bruised up and stuff. Everybody is different, but when I pick my beans, I kind of go through and look at them. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it in the long run because I don't like eating rocks. And I pick them like this, then I rinse them really good. And I usually use both hands, but I'm in here trying to show you all how to do it. So I'm doing it like this. But you just make sure there's no rocks in there. You make sure you don't have any bruised lima beans or any beans that you would cook. But I'm doing baby lima beans today. I like these. I prefer them better than the big ones that they call butter beans, which is the same thing. But I like the baby lima beans better. I mean, it's just a personal preference. So it's just up to the person. But see, I have one that's cracked here. I just pushed that one over to the side. But sometimes you'll get them and they'll be bruised. Like this one is bruised. So I put it over to the side and I keep those away from the rest of them and I throw them away when I'm done. And again, I look for rocks. Here's another little ugly, but it's not as bad as some that I've seen. But I get rid of those. Just personal preference. It's up to you. But this way, you can make sure there's no rocks in your beans or any, anything else, bugs or anything else. You want to make sure because these did come out of the ground and then they so-called rinsed them off. But sometimes you get some that's so far damaged from dirt that's still on them that it's crazy. But anyway, I go through and I pick the ones, like I said, that are bruised and damaged. And I get them out of there. Or, when they're dirty, that's okay because I'm going to rinse those off anyway. But just to give you a little heads up on how and what to look for. Okay, family. How you doing? We're back here. I just want to show you what I mean for the damaged goods. Out of 2 pounds, this is pretty good that it's only this much left. For you guys, if you're just cooking for yourself, just do 1 pound. 1 pound will be enough and do as much meat as you want. It's up to you with the meat. So I was just giving you a little overview of how to do it. I usually use both my hands, and I've done it so long that I just take them from hand to hand and see what's in there and then pour it over in the the container with the water. I really don't soak my beans. I just rinse them off real good a couple times, maybe 2 to 3 times, and then put them in the strainer. For the second or third one, I put it in the strainer and move it around with the water on it since I'm cooking it in the crock pot. Here are the meat that I chose. You can choose whatever meat you want, and if you don't choose to use meat at all with your beans, what I like is the Montreal steak seasoning. I will use that and put about a tablespoon of that in my beans if I choose to cook it without meat, and it gives it a flavor and make it feel like or taste like you're using meat in your beans. I do that with my pinto beans. You can see that on my no meat pinto beans. So it's the same for all of the beans. If you wanted to have a meat flavor but you can't eat meat or you don't eat meat, then that would be the way to go. Hey guys, this is the second rinse. You see how cloudy the water still is? I meant to do it for the first one so you could see, but this is why we rinse the beans 2 to 3 times. I'm going to rinse it another time because it's still cloudy after the second one, and I'll show you when I get back. So guys, you just gotta take the beans, pour them over in the strainer. As you can see, I'm used to working with 2 hands. Put them over in the strainer. Take your warm got my phone. Take your warm to hot water and go over them the third time. And this is what you do when you're rinsing them the other time. You're just going through and you're getting all of the meat and you're getting them real good. I mean, all of the beans, I apologize. You just make sure you're getting all of the dirt and particles off. And I'm using a strainer this time to make sure that the water was clear that last time, but I just want to make sure it's any left over. And you just rinse it real good, let it sit for a second, and pour it over in your crock pot, and then you season. Okay guys, I moved the beans around on top of the meat. I do that because my reasoning is the beans are going to take the most time to cook, and I want them to cook on top because the meat is already cooked. It's smoked neck bone. So we're going to put the seasoning in. I will tell you how much I use once I put it in the description. You can just watch and go from there. I'll give you, like I said, the amounts in the descriptions. Don't you worry. You can use as much garlic powder as you want. I don't use garlic salt. I only use garlic powder. This is the pepper. That was the garlic powder. I'm going to mix that up. And then we're going to go from there. And I'll see you back in a few. Okay, guys. After about 4 hours of cooking, this is what we have. It's up to you if you want them to cook that long. I had 2 pounds of beans. I was smoking up my camera. But I had 2 pounds of beans. If you have less, you can do less. But I suggest, oh my God, it's got a smoky. But I would definitely do about 4 hours if you're doing it. I did it on high. If you're doing 2 pounds, 4 hours is good. If you do it on low, do about 6. If you're leaving it, do it on low. If you're at home with it, you can do it on high. It's up to you. I was at home all day, so I just did it on like I said, I did it on 4 hours and on high. So it's up to you. You got smoky again, guys. Okay, talk to you later. Here's my bowl, guys. I'm about to tear this up. I will let you know. Of course, I already know how they're going to taste, but I will let you know, and I will see you back later. If you have subscribed, I thank you. If you have not, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. This is smoked neck bones with lima beans, baby lima beans. Talk to you later.